through reputation alone you can intimidate and win. Once it slips, your enemies will attack it, and when it falls, so will you. The fifth rule in Robert Greene's book, The 48 Laws of Power, states that you should guard your reputation. Your reputation is one of the most important things in building your success. And we may think that, hey, I don't need to care about what those people think. But in thinking that way, we let those people decide what our reputation is going to be. And we don't want that. We want full control over it. A story that can solidify the view and importance of reputation is that of Chuko Liang, a legendary general known as the Sleeping Dragon during the Three Kingdoms War in China. Now, this general, Chuko Liang, had dispatched his army and was now resting in a small village with just a few hundred men. And as he was, an enemy army came approaching with 150,000 men, led by Sima Yi. It seemed like Liang would have no choice but to either get captured or to stand a last stand with his few men, fighting to the death. But the general himself didn't exactly prepare for battle. He took on instead a traditional Chinese robe, took a lute, the instrument, and put himself at the city walls. There he sat down, played the lute, and awaited the army. As the enemy army approached and its leader Sima Yi saw Liang at the walls, he stopped his army for a second. And he looked at Liang because he recognized him. They had fought against each other so many times before. They were bitter rivals. And after having thought about it for a while, Sima Yi looked at his army and he ordered a full-on retreat. Now, there exist multiple theories on why this retreat happened, but in the book, The 48 Laws of Power, it is stated that Sima Yi and his army had such an apprehension for Liang that he didn't want to risk it by going into the small town and attack it. Because this Chuko Liang was renowned for his cunning and his stratagems. They knew that this man could very well had an ambush plan inside, and that when something looked so peaceful, that was actually not the case with Liang. But in reality, as we know, Liang would have stood no chance against the 150,000 men that Sima Yi came with. But his reputation saved him that day, and that is just one example of what a reputation can do for you. In the beginning, when we are unknown, we don't have a reputation outside our own social circle, we should establish one, a reputation for one outstanding quality. So be it generosity, cunning, or whatever else that really sets you apart from the other people. By doing this, you get the others to talk about you, and they will spread your word way outside of the area with that you can influence yourself. Now, be wary of those seeking to bring you down, because they will come after your reputation, and they only really need to sow a seed of doubt to get other people around you to think that you are not as unshakable as you first seemed. And there really isn't any way to guard yourself against this, other than continuously maintaining your reputation. So if you are known as a leader, then you need to always be the leader in every single situation. You always need to hold up your reputation to as a high point as you can, to make it seem as you really are this person that knows this area, is the master of this area. Another thing you can do is make sure you spread your reputation even further, because the more people that believe in you, the more public confidence people will have in you. Because you may think, okay, if these two people doubt me in our small village here of 20 people, if I spread my reputation and get known for being this extremely cunning leader outside, and if I can reach 1,000 people, then suddenly those two people that don't believe in me, they don't see me as this leader, they don't matter after all. You've always thought the most popular, the most attractive, charismatic people have an unfair advantage. And whether that is true or not, you can still take advantage of building a strong reputation, for it will say more than any word can say. You've heard it, one picture says more than 1,000 words, and your reputation says more than 1,000 words can say about you. A scary point on this matter is that we don't really know who our friends truly are, and that they can be hiding anything from us. Because when you think about it, we only meet our friends, and our friends are only willing to meet up with us when they feel good, when they're having a good day. All the dark moments, the moments where they're down, having depression-like symptoms, we're not gonna meet them there most likely, because they just wouldn't want to go out of their home. And this is a scary thought, that our own friends may not be the people that we know them for, that we love them for. And I had one of my friends said a very interesting thing on this matter. So we're just talking, and he said suddenly that you don't really know your friends until you've experienced some trauma with them. And even though I rejected the idea at first, he does have a point in that. Because when you experience trauma, when you have something that's really threatening you, when your life even is on the line, you're not gonna care about this facade that you want to hold up, this mask you put on when you meet other people. Because there and then your natural instincts take over, your real self come forward. If you are in a situation and your life is in danger, you're not gonna care about what other people think. Just everything, what you truly are, gonna come forward to make sure you go through that situation with the life saved. Everyone knows to guard their own reputation, and so the unknown sides of us, and often the darker ones, won't show up until it is forced, or that it just slips out. And both of those things could happen during a trauma. The most important thing for you and I to do is to be the ones who make and maintain our own reputation. Because hey, we cannot leave that up to other people's misinterpretations, or them finding out who we truly deep inside are. And just keep in mind, this is not for you to go out and manipulate people and to take advantage of them. This is good to know, okay? To keep in mind that if you were to meet this psychopath, you'll be able to stay your ground, because that's the goal with this series. We'll be learning about these laws, so we can find those people before they find us and manipulate us. And reputation has always been important, so there's lots we can learn from this. A solid reputation increases your presence and exaggerates your strengths, and that without you having to spend much energy on it. Build a strong reputation and guard it from everyone who comes into your path. To be the creator of your own destiny, you need to be the creator of your own reputation. And with that, I'm leaving you.